Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh and I sell used junk on eBay. Today is a Monday morning. We got 52 orders going out today. 51 on eBay, one on Macari. The one on Macari is a perfume sale. I do not list my used perfume on eBay. We'll talk about that a little more in a minute whenever we share a little feedback story. Oh, yeah. Anyways, we'll spill the tea in a minute. But for now, I just kind of want to talk about what we've got, what I've been working on. I didn't really do an update last week, and what we're going to be working on going into the future. Right now, I'm trying to focus real heavily on media and sewing machines. I'm kind of playing around with the idea of listing just them, or at least just them maybe 4 days a week or something like that. Yeah, kind of niching down. That way I can just spend like a little bit less time working, a little bit more time with the family, and just, yeah, it'll be better. That's kind of the plan. Let's move these before I forget. So the plan right now, and what I really did last week, and it worked out really good, was if I can list one box of books a day, talking about these boxes, and then, so that'd be 5 boxes throughout the week, working 5 days a week, and 8 sewing machines, part those out over the course of the week, then that should really put me on a good track with some numbers that I ran with average sales price, how much I'm making per item, what I'm paying per item, and also like, I did a rough estimate of how many are actually selling, because not 100% of everything I list is actually going to end up selling, especially with these sewing machine parts. I do want to go to some of my older machines that I've parted out and look at what percentage of those have actually sold. But I just need to do that. Spend an hour and do that someday. But with the numbers I rammed, that were very conservative, that seemed to make a lot of sense doing just that. And then also kind of filling it in here and there with some book lots or different things. Had some very good book lot sales. One I did ship out on Friday, so it wasn't included in that count earlier, but I'm gonna go ahead and pop it up on the screen. $500, they paid for this Friday afternoon. Mail hadn't been quite picked up yet, so I was like, let's go ahead and ship it out early, because it was a $500 sale. Wanted to get that in the hand of the buyer as soon as possible. That way we can just like get them happy as soon as possible. So that's why we did that. I did upgrade them to Ground Advantage because it was only like 25 cents more. Did not ship those out media mail. I spent the extra quarter to get it to them quicker. But it was a book on like Springfield gun, serial numbers, research, that type of thing. So very niche stuff, very stuff where people have some money and yeah, are willing to pay the money. So I did that big sale. The one Macari sale, I do not have that here. That was some perfume that sold. I do not list any of my used perfume on eBay because that goes against their current rules of selling used cosmetics, even though perfume is probably fine. Let's talk about the feedback now, because that's the next thing. So I had purchased a sewing machine in an auction. I'd won the auction. The auction went for like 99 cents plus $27 shipping or somewhere around there. And the seller was in like, I don't know, Oregon, Washington State, somewhere up there. I'm in Oklahoma, so probably what it's going to cost to ship it here, maybe a little bit more. But anyways, after the sale, they asked me if I could buy some Ukrainian seeds that they had in their store or pay more in shipping, because they didn't want to ship it out for what I had paid for shipping. They were trying to blame eBay for how much shipping was charged to me when, you know what, they set the shipping price. So I was like, no, just ship this thing out. This is what I want. I won the auction. This is part of running auctions. If you run an auction and it goes bad, you still need to ship the item and give it to the seller, or give it to the buyer, because I was the buyer in this case. Anyways, they ended up canceling the auction on me, which, you know what, not the worst thing for them to do, but not a good experience on the buyer's end, which was me here in this side. And honestly, as a seller, I want good experience for other buyers on eBay. So I left this person negative feedback. They already had a bunch. This dropped them from like 97% down to 95%. 95 is where it starts to look kind of suspicious why somebody's feedback is that low, at least in my opinion. And they got mad. Man, they got mad. So they left me a positive feedback with a negative comment. I just left that on because like after a couple of days, it goes off the front page of mine anyways, and nobody will ever see it. So it's really just a positive on me, because you can't leave negative feedback for buyers, but they really wanted to leave me a negative. So what they did was they went to the lowest dollar item in my store and they purchased it. And then 2 minutes later, they asked me to cancel. And so when they said, when they sent me the message, all they said was, please cancel this order. I just replied, I should have already blocked them before this, but I don't know. I didn't yet. Everything was happening too fast. And I kind of wanted to see the messages they were sending me too. But anyways, I was like, I replied, I was like, are you buying this just to leave me negative feedback? And then I blocked them so they couldn't buy anything else. So I don't know if they replied back to that or not. eBay sometimes will block the messages when you block the buyer and sometimes not. They've changed their policy on that a few times over the last few years. Used to, you were able to receive messages, like 3 messages after you'd blocked a buyer, and then they would stop showing the messages. Now I don't know how they are handling that because I have not gotten a message from a blocked buyer come through my messaging system in over 1.5 years now. So I have a feeling they've changed that. But anyways, so then I waited. No negative feedback. Kept waiting and waiting and waiting. I canceled the order, of course. And then about 2 weeks later, they leave me this message, which I'll pop up on the screen. I should have read this again before I did. Basically, they quoted the first line of my feedback that was something like, buyer canceled the auction or something like that. And then they just went on a rant about how I'm a terrible seller because I leave negative feedback for other sellers, and that buyers should be aware of that and sellers should be aware of that. And then that I need to read my Bible more and not read Pokemon as much. That's what they said. Which I read my Bible, so I thought that was pretty funny. Anyways, so normally to get feedback removed, I'd go to ebay.com/sellerhelp and get it removed there. This time I felt like this was a bit more of an extreme situation. So I did go to Facebook for Business, talked to the rep there. I got it removed, got a report filed on them, or filed another report on them on eBay as well through the regular reporting system. So yeah, that's what I've been doing since then, because that was, gosh, that's been about a week ago now. I've been going to their store, and so their store consists of mainly 2 things. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. You guys let me know in the comments down below how you would handle this situation. Their store consists of 2 things. 1, high-end electronics. And number 2, which is the category I've been messing with, used perfume. They've got tons of them in the store. So I've been going every few days. I've been going to one of their used perfume listings and reporting it and getting it pulled down. Should I be doing that? Is that kind of vindictive? Should I just stop? But it's against eBay terms of service. This is a bad seller. They are canceling orders just because they are unhappy with how the auction went. And they obviously get angry very quickly. But man, maybe I'm being kind of angry here. I don't know. Maybe a little self-reflection here. What would you guys be doing? I'm having fun with it though. Anyways, so that's what's going on right now on eBay with my negative feedback. You know what? I've been talking for 8 minutes. Let's show you guys what sold. I know that's what some of you guys are here for. Let's see what I sold this week on eBay. All right, so starting down here on the floor, we have this one massive lot. These are Time Life. I find these all the time. All the time, but I never found a set this big. The power went out. Okay, I flipped the light sensor. Anyways, I find these all the time. Time Life books. These are like home repair and improvement books. Never found a set this big. Sold pretty good. I think like $60 plus shipping. Really good. I usually find like 4 or 5 of these. Thinking about setting them to the side since I find them so often in large lots and saving them until I get a big lot like this, because I was happy the way this went. Sold another big lot today, way bigger. The other lot is like this tall and it's 2 stacks deep. It's sold this morning. I saw it when I woke up. I was like, ugh. But it sold for like $350 plus I added like $10 of shipping on there. I did not add my usual shipping on it because you can't add enough shipping to lots that big. So I baked most of it into the price, added $10 of shipping just because I wanted to. Sold it. I'll put it up on the screen though, but huge lot, huge sale. All right, here's what else we got. Up here, we've got this sweater. It's got like a cool little race car on it, kind of like vintage 70s, 80s type thing. That went out. A pair of Marlboro, see if I can pronounce that right. That's probably not right at all. Pants. These were new originally, but they smelled smoky. Imagine that. So I washed them. One pair of Rock Revival capris. If these were jeans, they would have done a lot better, but capris, yeah, they still sold. Here's a little Kenmore Handymate Junior vacuum attachment thing. Let's see, we got some CDs going out. We've got Martin Rivera. I don't know. We have Heavy Lolo. Everything's watched, everyone's watching. Rio Grande Painted Pony. So a little painted pony here. There we go. We've got some DVDs going out. We got Clint Eastwood, another Clint Eastwood. These are going to the same buyer. And then Blossoming Lotus. That reminds me, repeat buyers. I did have one buyer on Friday. They bought 178 record from me, which I keep those at home. We'll put up on the screen as I'm talking about these, all the 78s that we've sold over the weekend. Also some other stuff's at home. Another sewing machine parts, books. So I'll just put everything up on the screen I said over the weekend while we talk about this. So 178 record. I then messaged them and said, hey, if you want any more 78s, I will send them out free shipping to you. So they were like, they messaged me back, which is a good sign. And then they bought one more 78 later that day. And then Sunday afternoon, they came back and they sent me offers on 4 more 78s. I accepted them all, sent them an invoice with free shipping, and we ended up selling 6 records because I sent a message after somebody bought 1 record. So yeah, that worked out really good. Very happy with that. It's how I've been selling a lot of 78s lately. I've been trying it out with cookbooks, especially these regional ones. Haven't had any bites with it, but I have a lot of luck just kind of messaging buyers and be like, hey, I have a lot more of what you're looking for. But yeah, don't do it on sewing machine parts because usually they're looking for a particular part. Don't do it on books except for cookbooks right now. I need to start doing it more on CDs though. All right. Here's a stack of sewing machine parts. We sold all of these over the weekend. Very happy with that. Here's a little airplane. Sold that guy. And a Volkswagen part. Those are almost the same color. Pretty cool. We do have a stack of books. True to the Erzingberg Wooden Craft with a Heart. We've got the story of this. I don't think this is the right book now. Maybe it is. We'll see. If it's not, I'll check. Anthology of Christian Literature. We've got Houselight Searchlight Recipe Book. Here's an regional cookbook. Salem's Lot by Stephen King. This is an early book club edition of it. Did fairly good. Cujo, first edition, 3rd printing, but absolutely horrible condition. Like literally been used as a coaster. I don't know if you can see that. And then we got Silverstein, where the sidewalk ends. And then the only thing left in here is 2 records. One of them is the Talking Bible, Mark chapters 1 through 16, and also whatever that is, Derek and somebody. That is everything in this unit. We're gonna go down the other unit, see what all sold down there. All right, so my plan for the week, kind of talked about it earlier, but we're gonna be listing 5 boxes of books per week. So 1 box per day, and then 8 sewing machines per week. And then if I have any other time, we're just going to work on for something else during the week. So this week, the focus is going to be, I need to get 1 box of books sent to Amazon. They're on top of my dryer. And I also want to work on book lots, making some bundles of books. I've got a whole palette full of things that I've got set to the side of books to put in lots, talking like lots of science fiction or westerns or things like that. A lot of mass market paperbacks and some different things. I think I might have a set of Harry Potters potentially. I was close last time and then I picked up a few more since last time I tried. Stuff like that. So that's my plan for the week. We'll be working on that. What are you guys working on this week? Let me know in the comments, but let's show you guys what else sold. Some cool stuff here. Different stuff than the last unit. All right, starting on the floor, we got 1 pair of boots. I don't even remember what brand these are. Sonoma? I don't know. Those sold. Here is like a cooler for a PC, and then this is some like old Hopalong Cassidy toys. I boxed them up because I didn't want them damaged in a tote. And I tried to run an auction on these, so I thought they would sell right away. They did not sell at auction, but then I relisted them at the same price as the auction and got a sell. Everything else is jumbled in the space. This is a replacement part to a Black & Decker Space Saver coffee pot. This particular one was recalled, so I ended up parting it out, except for the recalled part, which I believe was the pot, if I remember correctly. That was like 3 years ago, though. I had like 4 of them. Don't have very many parts left, but I do still have some of those top covers. I know I got at least one more top cover, maybe something else. We got a Singer foot pedal that's been listed so long, the rubber band fell apart and the cord got all loose. But still sold. So hey, there you go. Glad to see that gone. Let's see, nothing else up there. Okay, we got a whole bunch of CDs. Let's grab the whole handful and come over here. We got a Kubota Workshop Manual. We got Songs from the Hamster Theater, David Wiley. We've got W Crazy 2007 Mad Professor. Sounds kind of fun. Moonshine, O'Ryland Island. We got 3 Fiddlers from the Show Me State. That sounds kind of fun also. Jaina, Flash of a Firefly. And last but not least, Music Rough Guide of Okinawa. And last but not least, we got one more sewing machine part and 4 nuts. That is everything we got going out today. Now I'm going to go make a purchase from a seller. I know they got at least 3 sewing machines. Ooh, they've got a whole bunch of VHS they wanted to give me for $5. I think I'll film that after this and throw in a little clip towards the end. Yeah, let's do that. I'll show you guys some VHS in just a second. Let's go. All right, so here's the VHS. This was basically got $5 into this large box from U-Haul. 18/18/24. Pretty full VHS. Just went through these. Took me about less than 10 minutes, probably more than 5 minutes, somewhere in that boat. But yeah, basically all garbage. And this is what you're going to see the majority of the time with the VHS. Almost all garbage. Only thing we got out of here, VHS had cleaner sales for $10 plus shipping. This will make me my money back. And then I got one of these blank pre-recorded tapes. I'll sell this in a lot for like $1 plus shipping in a big lot, but like 20-30 of them together get $1 a piece. And that's it out of this. I got my money back. Wasted about 10 minutes, and now I have to throw this all in the garbage and have to get rid of it. So this is why I stay away from bulk VHS lots. You literally cannot buy them cheap enough to make it worth your time. Now, if there's kid stuff, if there's sealed stuff, maybe. But stuff like this, adult, action, blockbuster type movies, not worth it. Stay away. Just thought I'd try it again since I haven't tried it in about a year, but still not worth it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't buy VHS. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.